All right, I'm running a little late today. Sorry about that, everybody. Sorry about that. We are running late. I want to say thank you all for coming out. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you for being here to the crazy live stream. Oh man. For some reason my camera appears to be way off. All right, so I think that's about what we want there. Let me see if we can get this going. Dear camera, there we go. Please work. Thank you. All right, so how's everybody's day going? Thank you for being here. Definitely appreciate that. I see we got Daniel Sykes, we got Abraka, we got Ab, we got Rags, we got Aaron, we got Kevin, we got SWAT. Who else we got today? S2, Christos, good to see you guys. MD, hello, hello. Awesome to see ya. All right, so what do you like? Remember, I normally have the little background in red, but what do you guys like better, the bright red or the blue? Let me know. The blue is probably a little bit easier on the eyes compared to that bright red, so it still kind of looks like you're watching it on a home theater, I guess. Baraka says, we got best robots on the game. Which robots do you consider best? Because I would say it's definitely kind of personal preference as to what's best, but sort of. I will tell you back, for example, when the Hawk was the best robot in the game, I still hated it. I did not enjoy playing that one bit. It was not fun. Not fun at all. WM says, have a great day, man. You too, buddy. Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Aaron likes all colors. Rags likes the blue. All right, Rags. Oh, wait. That's Rags again. Rags twice likes the blue. Thank you. Nightcrawler likes the blue. Abraka says, my robots. So your robots are the best. My robots will beat up your robots, sir. Maybe. I'm not sure if they will or not. But I would like to think that they would. My robots are the robots of all robots of roboting robots. Do you know what that means? Because I don't. Aaron says, for now, the best robots are all the steel robots. Sam Joke Turn and the new invincible Atlas. Atlas is pretty crazy. So did you guys happen to see the new stuff? The new stuff? I don't know if you guys have seen the new stuff or not, but I know I got a screenshot of this somewhere. Here we go. It's got 3 mediums and a heavy, guys and gals. Ultimate Lancelot is going to be coming to the game with Ultimate Tyrans and Ultimate Redeemers. So that's going to be really crazy right there. I'm not really sure. Unfortunately, I'm never really able to get on the test server. The test server is always giving me problems, but that looks crazy. What do you guys think? Crazy or what? All right, so Rags, the pilot with the surfboard is supposed to make all shotguns shoot faster. Kryn, yeah, I think the Kryn type of weapons, I believe those are considered to be shotguns, so that would make sense. Hey, there's Grady White. What's up, my man? What's up, Mr. Grady White? How you doing today? I hope you're awesome. I want to try something. I'm gonna put the camera on auto and see if it makes me the right. I look too dark or just about right. They put that on 0. That does a pretty good job. It's supposed to adjust for the light to get my face to the proper exposure. That looks about right. As long as it doesn't start getting like darker and brighter all the time, it'll be okay. Alright, Abraka built the leech. Sweet. Leech is fun actually. It's kind of hard to play in my opinion, but I think the leech is quite good once you get the hang of it. I've been playing the leech for a couple of days and I really do like it. Problem though is if you get locked down, you almost need something to make so you don't get locked down on the leech, because when they lock you down, you're pretty much guaranteed to get smashed if you can't get back to cover. Rag says 16 seconds for the Kryn without the pilot 24. I don't think it's supposed to change the reload, Rags, is it? Is it changing the reload? Because I think it's just supposed to fire faster. Did they do something different to that pilot? Did they change the pilot? Because if that's making the reload faster, that would be amazing. Wait, Nightcrawler, okay, he deleted the message. I was about to ask him what an MI was, but might have been a typo. Alright, Daniel Sykes said I said that's how the ultimate Leo should be if they make it 3 mediums and 1 heavy. You know what? I would like to see the Leo have four heavies. The Leo needs 4 heavies. That's what I want if they ever do it. That would be sweet. Daniel Sykes, I'm just building stuff in the workshop to sell. I think I'm building a bunch of Ravena components just so I can sell them and get more silver. Alright, Aaron says, Skies, I built the Falcon, Seraph, Leech, 3 Scourge, 1 Spike, and an Atomizer. Wait. Can you build the spikes out of the workshop? Is that really in the workshop? I don't remember ever seeing that in there. Dr. Floyd, how's your day going? Awesome to see you. Dr. Floyd's on an iPhone 12 and sometimes the game quits mid-game. Yeah, the game's got problems, Dr. Floyd, unfortunately. I don't get this very often, but I do get the occasional game shutdown. I had some really weird stuff going on last night. I need to upload that video to YouTube. I'm not going to make it so everybody can see it, but I need to make sure Pixonic sees it because the game was acting really weird and doing some strange stuff, so I just need to inform. I need to upload that, make it a private video and show Pixonic so I can be like, hey, look what your game is doing. Because unfortunately, we get a lot of weird stuff happening. Now, I think they just made some changes that they thought was going to make the games run smoother, but I think it's not running as good after those changes, so I'm going to report that to them for sure. Nightcrawler says, targeting is horrendous. Those are my personal views. I think we all hate the targeting in this game. The targeting in this game is redonkulous. Redonkulous, I tell you, redonkulous. It's got so many problems, it's not even funny. But what can you do? Unfortunately, not very much. Wait, what is this? CapCut PC version. What is CapCut? I think that's an advertisement on my computer. Darn you, computer. I'm going to tell you what, the computer is advertising on me now. I'm looking for a program that's installed on my computer to open it really quickly, and yeah, it shows me advertisements. I don't want to try CapCut. I don't even know what that is. No idea what that is. All right. Grady White saw a cheater, probably a cheater, possibly a game glitch where somebody was in permanent stealth. Oh man. Was he able to shoot people, or was he just... If you're in stealth and you can't shoot anybody, that wouldn't do any good. Now, if he was in stealth and he was shooting people, I would say that would definitely be a cheater. I don't know. There used to be a deal where people would actually get stuck in stealth and stuck in... Oh, wait. I'm thinking phase shift. You're talking about stealth. There's a difference, right? I'm thinking phase shift. Yeah. Someone in stealth can fire at you. Never mind. Don't answer that. I'm an idiot. What's up, Dip? How you doing today? So, Dip, I got a question for you. You told me you did not receive your prize the other day, but my question is this. You won, if I remember correctly, you won off the live stream, correct? Did you get the one from the live stream and think you were supposed to get a second one? Because the winners list that I posted also included the winners from the live stream. Because when the Teth giveaways are going on, you can only win one in total. I just want to make sure there wasn't a confusion, because if you saw your player ID on the winners list, that was when you won on the live stream. But I didn't really think of that till after the last stream. I was like, oh, wait a second. I wonder if he thinks he won two. But I did put you on the missing persons list, and I did mention it to Pixonic just so they don't get mad at you. I'm like, he might have got confused here, so please double check to make sure he at least got one, because I kind of explained to them afterwards, like, oh, wait. Because, you know, unfortunately, you know, the way it works is they give me a code, and once I send that prize to somebody, it only lets me send one out. So there would have been no possible way to send you a second, just so you know. So I'm sorry, but it's not possible to get a second one off of one of those giveaways. But yeah, the live stream and the video, they're part of the same giveaway. Aaron says, this game also lags at my end. I also die when other guys get to survive. Probably because nobody was shooting the other guys. I don't know, but yeah, the game's always laggy. The game is, I'm not having as many like micro freezes and frame drops, but I'm definitely having a lot more lag lately. So the game's not running better, but Pixonic did, I think they did try to fix something, and I think it made it worse, so I'm going to let them know. EUMEO. Emeo, how you doing today? Awesome to see ya. Nightcrawler says, no robot should be able to shoot in phase shift or stealth, personal views. Well, unfortunately, you can shoot in stealth, but if you couldn't, it would be the same exact thing as a phase shift. So that's what differentiate. I can't differentiate your weights. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna try. Oh man, I am bad at that. Aaron says the game. Oh, I just read that one. But Nightcrawler, I do understand what you're talking about there. It would be nice if robots could not shoot you when they're in stealth. Alright, Donald says Dux has a drone that fires in stealth. Yes, as long as your weapons are firing, that drone on the Dux will fire. If you have the Webby drone. And so will your abilities. So yeah, stealth is really designed to allow you to still fire at people. M. Smith says, can you review and give suggestions in my Hangar? I don't really do Hangar reviews on the live streams for many different reasons. We've tried it before and it always turns out to be kind of messy. But if you want to tell me what robot you're running or whatever in here really quick, I'll kind of give you an idea. We got Sloppy in the house. All right, so Sloppy, I don't think Sam Jock doesn't have a drone. Sam Jock, I think, is a drone, and its body shoots you in the face. That's how I look at it. Sam Jock just drops part of his body off on the ground, and that shoots you. That is a little bit unfair, isn't it? I think that's a very unfair ability. Excellent. What's up, buddy? You know, I'm still not sure if I say your name properly. Is it excellent or exilent? Exilent or excellent? I'm not sure. Yeah, Sam Jock basically is a turret itself. It's a flying turret drone thingy-dingy. Excellent says Sam Jock's drone is the Firefox drone. I don't think that fires at you, does it? Muscles, he says the Sam Jock's turret is way too powerful, and I would agree with you. I would definitely agree. Hey, Portugal. All right, Portugal says Deltaki and the Friezo drone will both fire when you're in stealth and in phase shift. I wouldn't have thought anything would fire in phase shift, but you know what? I've never actually noticed or paid attention to that, so I don't know. That would be horrible. All right, excellent says both are accepted because excellent is indeed excellent. All right. I'll just call you excellent then. Be excellent to each other, dudes, like Bill and Ted says, you know? Muscle says, now he can read my name. I changed it. Oh, you changed your name? Did you have like a... Yeah, you must have had a name I couldn't pronounce before or something. Alright, Fenrir Mace. Love it. Shell Mace, unfortunately, I think the Shell is a horrible robot. Link's Redeemer. Love it. Ravena Scatter. Scatter. Okay, not bad, not bad. I don't think it's a scatter though. I think Ravena has 3 mediums, but either way. Eiffel with Discordia. You know, I'm not so sure about that right now. I haven't played the Eiffel in a while. And Discordias are... I'm still trying to make my mind up on the Discordias currently. Seraph with the K. Alright, so Seraph, if you play it well, can do pretty decent. I mean, I think Seraph's a wink link in general, but it's not too bad. Now, every time I play a Shell, it gets blown up almost instantly. So, in my opinion, the Shell is something you should probably replace when you get a chance. I do like the mace weapons, but I don't like the Shell robot. I mean, overall, that's not a bad setup at all. But I think the Shell is a terrible robot. Now, if you disagree with me and you're doing really good with that Shell, leave it in there and play it. But that would be the first thing I would suggest replacing is that Shell, because I think they're really bad. I cannot keep a Shell alive, even trying like traditional Shell, and I can copy other people's builds, and mine, on my account and the Battlerock account both, they just fall over and die. It's awful. So I'm not really sure why I have such bad luck with the Shell, but that is the one thing I would say replace as soon as possible, unless it's doing well for you. But the rest of it's not too bad. I mean, Seraph is something I would probably look into replacing at some point, but everything else is not too bad whatsoever. I mean, you know, Eiffel with Discordias, it can definitely work. I don't think it's the best Titan in the game or anything like that. And I don't think those are the best Titan weapons, but that's definitely playable. So that's my opinion on your Hangar there. But yeah, Fenworth Mace is great. Link's Redeemer is great. Ravena is great. So you got some nice stuff in there. What's up, Donald? How you doing today? Thanks for being a channel member. And Donald says, shout out to all the Knighthood clan. Hope your day is going awesome. What's up, K-Fed? We got K-Fed in the house. We got Brandon. What's up, my man? Patrick. What Aaron says, and why are drones also making damage till date? Damage till date. Everything is shooting at you. Aaron, I don't understand, my friend. Making damages till date. I don't know about that one. Patrick says something I can't really read there. Unexpected, hey. I appreciate all you guys coming out. Dip says, hey man, Typhon Lanani or Typhon Greller? Man, that's a hard choice right there. I like the both. I think I would probably personally go with the Lananis. I don't know why, but I enjoy playing them more than the Greller. Which one's actually better? I don't know. I don't know which one's better, but I have better luck with the Lananis than the Grellers for the most part. I think the Lananis are a little bit easier to aim and fire with. I like the mechanics of the Lananis better than the mechanics of the Grellers right now. So that's what I would go with. But honestly, I think either one would work very well. Wait, excellent. Why is K-Fed going to arrest you? What did he do now? I don't even know, but don't arrest anybody, okay? Unless they're being horrible. Aaron says Mars and Curry turrets are not that strong, but Samjock, oh yeah, there's a big difference. You know, Mars turret is, it used to be really strong. Curry's turrets used to be really strong. Now they're not. Henry, what's going on, my man? What's up, Walter? You can replace the shell with the Invader. I'm going to tell you what, I'm a big fan of the Invader. It's a little low on firepower, but it's really fun to play, and I think it's durable. You got to just learn to use the jump to get your defense points and suppress people. So if you use the jump properly on the Invader, it can definitely be nice and durable. Muscle says, one more reason to equip Ancile shields on the Samjock. I've never actually really tried an Ancile shield on the Samjock, but that would be interesting. That would be really interesting. I would probably go with, well, I don't know. That'd be kind of a fun setup to try sometime. The only problem with the Anciles, though, is there's a lot of weapons that will shoot right through it, and I don't think they block too much damage, but it would be cool to try it out. M. Suma says, Eiffel was Sirius. Okay, so Sirius, if you're asking which one to run, Eiffel or Sirius, Sirius is a really... Sirius in its own way is a really good Titan, but it's very slow. It's so wide, it's constantly getting stuck between buildings and having a hard time maneuvering the map. Most people do not like playing the Sirius. Now, I personally like it. I think it's a good Titan, but the majority of people seem to hate it. Therefore, it's kind of hard to say, hey, go with the Sirius, because I know most people don't like the Sirius. So I take my personal preference and other people's opinions of stuff into account when I recommend things most of the time. And even though I really like the Sirius, most people don't, so it's hard for me to recommend that one. I saw somebody said they thought the question and answer was fun, but I lost the comment. Whoever that is, I'm glad you're enjoying it. The comment just scrolled by. I think I'm behind on the comments. I'm sorry, sometimes I miss these things because I'm trying to talk and the comments are like, they're just gone. Blue Dragon, what's up, my man? Yeah, Dip, if you like the Linannies, they're currently doing pretty good. I feel like they're probably not going to get rebalanced again, but unfortunately that is a possibility. What's up, Cam? How are you today? Camelodian, am I saying that right? Probably not. Stellar. Is the Razdor Avenger build set up good? Razdor Ravenger. Well, yeah, if you can get past the really long reload time on those weapons, I like it. It's fun to play. Those weapons are pretty good, but it just depends. I mean, does the reload time bother you on those? If you answer yes, then eventually you might want to try to switch to something different. If the reload doesn't bother you, by all means, use those weapons because they're kind of cool weapons. They do nice damage. They just take too long to reload. But they're not bad weapons whatsoever if you can get used to playing them. S2 says, this game is terrible. Anybody that thinks otherwise has to be mentally ill. Alright, S2, here's my question. Are you playing this game? Because if it's terrible, my question is, why are you playing it? I don't think the game's terrible, but I do think there's a bunch of things they could probably do to improve the game and make it better. I mean, there are some things about the game that are terrible, but I wouldn't say the game overall is terrible. There's things about the game that are terrible or could be considered terrible, like the targeting system changing targets every 2 seconds. That's terrible. When you go up against a hacker, that's terrible. You know what I mean? There's definitely some things that are terrible. Nightcrawler says the Mars turret is a great distraction. It definitely can be. Brandon Eller says, excellent. Do you like cats? Alright, Daniel Sykes, what do you mean you want me to try out? Oh, wait, there's a pilot skill that makes the Linannies have an explosive thing? I never even looked at the pilot skills for those weapons. Huh. I hate weapon-specific pilot skills, but you know what? That's actually something I think I would like to try. Daniel Sykes, remind me on the next live stream to try that out because you got me interested now. I actually want to try that. That sounds like that would make those weapons 10 times better than they already are. Abraka likes the sonic weapons. I hate the sonic weapons because I can't stand that 2 million second reload. If they reload it faster, they'd be great. Now the Sonic Titan weapons, I love them. Regular robot weapons, too darn long of a reload. If it wasn't for that though, they would be great. I would really enjoy them if it wasn't for that. Alright, Cam says, is it worth it to upgrade the Friezo for my Pathfinder even now? So the Friezo drone does seem to make the Pathfinder a much better robot. So in my opinion, I do think the Friezo is the proper drone for the Pathfinder. So if you really like playing the Pathfinder, it might be worth it to you. I don't really think, I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like the Pathfinder is currently in a pretty good spot, so there's still a chance they could rebalance or nerf the Pathfinder again, but I'm kind of thinking maybe it's a little safer than some robots, because I don't think it really needs a rebalance at the moment. So hopefully they'll leave it the way it is. I mean, We probably got to like January or February to the next big rebalance hits. War of Bots, how's it going? How are you doing today? He says, will you friend me? So you can only have so many friends on this game, and then once your friend slots are full, you can't friend any more people, unfortunately. Excellent, says dog people for life. I don't remember how many friends you're allowed to have, but there is a limit, so generally I don't friend people unless I like 100% know them, because I'm running out of room to add people as friends at this point. Walter says, why are you playing? Did S2 ever reply about not liking the game? I don't know if he did or not. If so, I missed it. I'm just kind of curious, like, why people play the game when they're so unhappy with it. I like the game, actually. Do I think the Huggin family of weapons are going to get nerfed? I hope not, but due to the fact that it's still a pretty new weapon, I would not be surprised if they nerf those again. I mean, it kind of got a little bit of a rebalance already, but most weapons go through a couple of rebalances, so I don't think it really needs one, but I'm not sure if it's safe or not. I've got a feeling that might get another rebalance. I can only take a guess or speculate on that. I mean, nobody knows for sure, so keep that in mind. Arnav, I'm doing good, buddy. How about yourself? Hope your day is awesome. Daniel Sykes says, the game has been way worse in the past compared to now. In some ways, yes. In other ways, no. Like the game's, you know, been running bad and lagging and stuff like that for a while. So the game is worse now in that aspect, but there's a lot of things about the game that are definitely, like the gameplay itself. Let's just say the game ran smoothly and there was no lag. I would say the current gameplay is probably the best it's been in a while for a couple of reasons. We got Kron in the house. What's up, my man? I don't think I said hello to you yet, have I? Daniel Sykes got Showdown and Hawkeye drone the other day. I mean, the Showdown's great for stealth robots, and the Hawkeye is great for your tanks. Cam says, is it worth it to purchase for premium? Premium, the VIP thing? Alright, so if you're talking about the VIP premium where you earn extra resources, in my opinion, depending on what price you're getting that at, it's totally worth it, because earning 50% more silver, 50% more, you know, upgrade time, 50% off the upgrade times and everything, in my opinion, yes, it's actually worth it. Madeline, what's going on? I don't know what they're currently charging for the VIP membership, but at one point in time, it was pretty affordable, and it's a huge help. Like, it's actually a big help, so it also depends on how much you play the game, though. I mean, if you're somebody who's on the game for 2 or 3 hours a day and you play a lot, that's where that really starts to help out. If you're only playing like 2 games a day, though, it's not going to really help you out very much, so you do have to be on the game to play enough to take advantage of that. Alright, Muscle says Pathfinder is a nice robot. I agree, it's a very good support robot. Baraka says, I really like the Pathfinder and I finally got the Friezo. Brandon Eller, I haven't seen any gameplay about the new robot that lays mines, but I have heard about it. Did anybody post gameplay? If so, I'm going to have to look that up because I would like to see that thing in action. Normally, I can't get on the test server, so... Alright, Aaron's got Lenani's on his Nuo. Lenani. Lenani's. Lenani's. I don't know how you say it. Madeline says, hey man. Hey Madeline. K-Fed says, Warbots is like an abusive relationship. Keep loving it after the abuse. I can see that. I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. There's definitely some things that... Yeah, I get it completely. Dean the Machine, what's up, buddy? Alright, Muscles think some kind of weapon will get nerfed a second time. The Lenanis? I hope they don't. Alright, Excellent still hates the Pathfinder. He says, Pathfinder makes me so mad now. That is an annoyance. It's leaps and bounds worse than the jockstrap. You know, Pathfinder is annoying, but it doesn't bother me that much. Revenant or Invader? Personally, I find I have a lot better luck with the Invader over the Revenant right now. So every time I play the Revenant, it does decent, but once you learn to play the Invader, I think the Invader is a better robot overall. My Revenant dies a lot faster than it used to. I mean, some games, once you get it all charged up and ready to go, I mean, if you build it right, it can still be pretty good, but I think the Invader is overall easier to play and a little more durable for the most part. It's harder to get, for some reason, it's harder to get the Revenant charged up to the point where it starts becoming really durable. Mine often dies before I can hit that point, which is a bummer. Now, if you can get the Revenant fully charged up with your repair amplifier and all that other stuff that makes it strong, it does become pretty hard to kill, but I just find it's harder to get it charged up these days. Alright, Excellent thinks the Amugi is the most advanced robot in the game. It flies, goes into stealth, leaves a portal, and heals upon landing. It actually, yeah, it does a lot. I'm surprised more people aren't playing those because the movie's really good. Walter says, don't be the hater, be the player. Baraka says, the game has no end, so I'm happy with the Master League and what I have in this hangar. There you go. A Mugi is a pretty sweet deal, actually. I always have a lot of fun with it. I'm not even good with the Mugi because I don't play it enough to have mastered it. But even being a sloppy Mugi player, it usually does really well for me. That's one thing about some robots. Like, a Mugi is not exactly what I would call an easy robot to play. I think it does take a little skill to do well with it, but once you really get the hang of that thing, it's a beast. Muscle said it'll get worse when the new humming missile weapons come out. I'm a little bit afraid of those because I did see the stats. I think Predator made a video where he read off the stats of those weapons and what they're supposed to do. I got a feeling they're not going to be that strong on the live server. One thing I noticed that Pixonic does a lot is when they first announce something new, they generally, even sometimes the first couple of test server sessions, I think they intentionally make it more powerful. And then people complain about it, and then they tone it down a little bit, and then people aren't complaining as much or as unhappy about it. That's what I think. They intentionally make it crazier than it needs to be, and then they dumb it down a little bit, and then people aren't as upset about it. I feel like that's what they do for some weird reason. I could be wrong, but that's just something I've noticed. That's just an observation and a guess. But I think that's their strategy, is shock people with the new stuff and then not make it quite as dangerous. Does that make sense? Oh wow, Excellent's got 5 art and emojis. That's crazy. Revenant or Invader best tank after Fenrir for free to play. Yeah, those are very good tanks. I think right now though, the best tanks in the game, I mean, you definitely got your Fenrir, you got your Raptor, you got your Invader. I feel like there's another tank I'm forgetting to mention. I know there's another one I'm not thinking of right now. What is it? Not the Teth. I mean, the Teth, for crap's sakes, that's the tankiest tank in the game. That thing is so ridiculous it doesn't even count. I know there's another one. I mean, Revenant's definitely on the tanky side, but there's something else in there that I can't think of. Oh, Muscles mean Huggin and Moonins. Yeah, they very well could get nerfed again. I hope they don't, though. I don't think they're that strong. I think they're pretty well balanced. They're strong, but they're not like crazy overpowered right now, in my opinion. I think they're at a really nice spot where they're performing nicely. Now, Leo was a super tank for a while, but I don't think the Leo is that tanky anymore, so he kind of fell off when they nerfed it. Why whiteout on Ravana? Alright, so if you're close to somebody and you make so they can't use their ability, sometimes that gives you a big advantage over that other player. So whiteout's actually a great robot, or a great drone for robots where you're getting up close and personal. For example, if you run up to a Samjock and you EMP that thing and it can't go back into his ability, you're almost guaranteed to kill it before it can get back into the ability. So, especially on a squishy robot, that gives you a huge advantage to EMP them. So whiteout's a wonderful drone. And it's easy to get. Malish, how's it going, buddy? He says, hello everybody and have a good stream. Thanks, my friend. How's your day going? I hope you're doing awesome. Hope your day is awesome. Laugh have. He says, I sometimes run UE Storm and Ultimate Halo on my Amugi with Kestrel drone. Yeah, Kestrel is a great drone for the Amugi. If you like playing it up close, those weapons will do great. Mishka, how are you today? Awesome to see ya. Excellent says, is the Air Amugi also gets a damage boost? So yeah, that'll hurt. Braun says, welcome Brandon, the Condor and a Ochikochi will be so... Oh yeah, the Ochikochi. I would say right now he can be very tank-like. That thing is hard to kill if you set it up correctly. That's a really good robot right now. Muscle says the Leo is no fun. Yeah, Leo is really a robot that's currently designed to make your teammates really tanky, but not be crazy durable anymore. Nightcrawler says, Danny, thumb up. Thank you, Nightcrawler. Alright, Excellent says the jockstrap needs the power in its turrets because it's easy to kill. Yeah, but the turrets are a little bit too much, I think. Kratos, hello, hello. Alright, is 1 snare and 2 ice rockets good on a Dux? I don't think the reloads on those 2 sets of weapons would work that well together. I'll tell you what I would do is I would get a weapon that never stops firing. If you have a weapon like a, what's that little crappy weapon? Redeemers, Tyrans, and the light version is a, that little white and yellow thing that never stops shooting. Whatever that is. Or if you put a Quarker on the light slot, or if you put a atomizer on the light slot, those weapons never stop firing. Therefore, the Dux's ability weapon will never stop firing as well. Or a spear. A spear works as well. Thanks, Nightcrawler. Yeah, Magnum. So a Quarker, a spear, a Magnum, one of the harpoon weapons. Anything that does not stop shooting is what you put one of those on the light slot and then add the 2 ice rockets along with that if you want. But the only reason I don't think the ice rockets are a good thing is because you have to take your finger off of the trigger to let those reload. And that entire time, the ability on the robot is not going to be firing. So anything that you have to remove your finger for the trigger is not the greatest thing for the Dux. So I want weapons that have the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 reload while I'm just holding down the fire button. Or even if you have one of those old school acid weapons that only have a 3-second reload, you can put one of those on the light slot if you don't have one of those other weapons I mentioned. And there will only be like 3 seconds where it's not firing. So that's another option. Flab Have runs the ice noodles on Hawk. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a good setup for the Hawk. What's the range of the 3 little drones on Dux? It's either 5... I don't know. Let me look really quick. I hope the game opens on... No, it's not. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I gotta get up out of my streaming position because the thing opened on the other monitor across the room. Hold on a second. How in the world did I open that? Somehow I opened a really weird app on my computer. Like a virtual instrument for playing music opened up. I don't know how I managed to do that. I must have pressed a weird shortcut key or something. Alright. Let me find out what the range is on those things you're asking about. Let's load into the game and take a look. And we're going to see. We are going to find out for sure. Alright, load in, Mr. Game. We're trying to do something here and you're holding us back. He's holding us back, everybody. They are holding us back and we're trying to do some stuff and it's like, nope. All right, there we go. Let's find Huey, Dewey, and Louie really quick. AFX big bottom, oh yeah. The big bottom, it adds more bass to my voice if I turn it on. I don't know why, but if I hover the mouse over that, it reads the names off. I don't know why it does that. I can't figure out. I don't think it's supposed to do that. I must have turned on a weird setting, like a accessibility setting somehow. Hold on. Let me get through all this junk, man. The 495,000 pages of junk. Oh my God, that's enough already. For crap's sake, watch. Now there's going to be 12 more that pop up. No? I guess we're lucky. All right. Where's the ducks? I know we got a ducks on here somewhere, and it probably has that drone. Actually, you know what? We don't even care about that. We're trying to find the drone. All we care about is what the range is on the drone. So let's find the Webby. It doesn't say? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. How can they not tell you the range? Oh boy. That's actually really upsetting to realize that it's either 500 meters or 600 meters. Why can't they put that on there? Ah, there it is, 500. It should be in the main description. I guess you have to go to the blast shop, but I guess you have to click on 94 things to find basic information these days. So yeah, 500 meters, guys and gals. 500 meters. 500. All right. Now we know, and knowing is half the battle, just like they say in G.I. Joe. Heaven V, or is that a 5? How's it going, my friend? All right. Excellent, says Webby has the Aphex big bottom. Yeah. All right. Are you guys hearing that or not? Because I just hover my mouse over it. I'm not hearing it. Maybe it's not working anymore. Oh, Kratos, he says I'm new to the game. You're welcome, my friend. If you got questions, I do my best to answer these things. It's not Oral, it's A-R-A-L. The guy's name was Arl. Arl. A-R-A-L. Let me see how you spell it really quick. A-U-R-A-L. Arl. A-U-R-A-L. But the guy who invented this, that was his name, I guess. He invented the little audio program or whatever. Oh, man. It's like Carl without the C. Yeah, kinda. Arl. That's if I'm pronouncing it correctly. But you want to know what's crazy is, I guess when the Arl Exciter first came out, it was used in like radio broadcast studios, And I guess it was like, I don't know if it was like $3,000 or $12,000 or some crazy amount of money to get that for your radio studio. Now they have it standard on this little streaming device you can buy for like $200. That's pretty insane if you think about it. But I guess when that first came out, like people just like radio stations loved the sound that it gave. You know, I personally don't like it. I don't like that sound. It adds a whole bunch of harmonic distortion and a whole bunch of extra bass, especially if you got background music playing or game audio. I actually try to cut bass out of my voice most of the time because too much bass makes your voice very hard to understand when there's any background noise that your voice has to compete with. So I normally cut some of the low end out of my voice. That way you can understand it better when there's game audio and music and stuff. So I'm not a big fan of the big bottom and the exciter. The exciter adds like weird harmonics to the high end and does some strange things. And then the big bottom adds all the extra bass. I mean, they kind of go together, but you can turn one on and one off. But if I turn on the big bottom and I crank it up, it sounds funky. Dr. Floyd, you did what? Serum 2 ITs? What is that? Is that a game? I don't know what you're talking about there, so I'm confused. I am lost in space. Excellent says the Webby, yes, 500 meters. Built-in Dux drone is 350 or 400. Daniel Sykes says knowledge of the game is very important. Yeah, I mean, you got to know some stuff about the game. Understanding how it works and knowing the basics at least is definitely very important. Now, trying to remember every stat of 200 different robots and 500 different weapons, that's pretty hard to do. But the more you do know about the game, the better off you're going to be. I mean, there's so many people, I think, that don't understand certain things. They don't know certain gaming tactics and stuff that can make you play a lot better. So not just knowing about the game, but understanding how things work and how to play it is a big help as well. Now, I've got a very aggressive playing style. And, you know, sometimes that works out for me. Sometimes it doesn't, right? Sometimes I get taken down quickly because I play aggressively. Now, if you play over aggressive and you're like one of those, I always call them the Rambo players that just run into a group of enemies by themselves. Now, there is a time and a place to do that. If you've got a really strong tank and you're trying to distract the enemies so your teammates can get beacons and your robot's strong enough, you can go Rambo sometimes, but you got to know when to do it and when not to do it. But some people constantly just run Rambo, full force Rambo, like right into the enemies, and they wonder why like they get blown up instantly. Well, you just took a squishy bot and a group of 6 people who all shot you at the same time. That's why you died. Ab says, what to upgrade, Pathfinder or Baglior? Oh, man. Pathfinder or Baglior? They're both very different. I mean, one's a support. The other one I would consider to be like a long-range sniper. Do you want a support or do you want a long-range sniper or a mid-range fighter? I mean, Baglior with the right weapons on there, like you put some Prismas or some Hills on it, it'll tear some people to pieces. Pathfinder is more of something you use to help your teammates, so going by that should probably help you decide which one you think you would rather play, but they're both really good, but they're both very different. Excellent. Wait a second. My playstyle is equal to eat this, eat it. Dude, I'm not forcing anybody to have some dinner. I don't know what that means. Madless says you can go Rambo with a Teth. Yeah, pretty much anybody can go Rambo with a Teth and survive. That robot's the current exception of don't go Rambo, right? You can go Rambo as long as you're not doing it into a group of Titans, you'll be okay for a while. Daniel Sykes says, Ab, do both. Midnight. Which robots do better with the Scarabus drone? Teth. Teth. And Teth. So I've ran the Scarabus on a few different drones. Like I've ran it on a few robots. I've ran it on a Lancelot. I've ran it on a Tyr. I've ran it on... I haven't tried it on a shell yet. That would be really interesting on a shell to see if it actually makes the shield stronger. But for the most part, I don't think it's going to be very good on many robots other than robots with a... possibly on robots with a physical shield. Or the Teth itself, because really most of the abilities on that aren't going to work on anything other than the Teth. So if you throw that robot on something with a physical shield, I think you're getting the physical shield boost, but I think the other abilities probably aren't working for most robots. So it's really designed to go with the Teth. It's not really designed to work properly on other robots, unfortunately. Alright, Condor is getting destroyed in the air. That's the thing, the Condor has a shield on it, and once the shield goes down, it dies pretty easy these days. So you kind of got to be careful with the Condor. Condor is actually really good and it's really fun. You know, the Scarabus, or the Scarab drone, whatever it's called, the Dung Beetle drone, might actually be good on, you know, it might be good on a Condor. It might be good on the Condor. I mean, that's 150% more shield durability. I don't know. I got to try it on the Condor now. I don't know how that would work out, but so far I haven't really liked it on anything other than the Teth. Nightcrawler says, Danny is into crap sandwiches. Excellent. I don't play snipers for a reason. I have no patience to be a sniper. I get unbelievably bored, unbelievably fast, and then I just run around the map and usually get killed. So me and snipers generally don't work 90% of the time. I am not a sniper player. Plus the maps are mostly too small to properly snipe anyway. Av says, if I use the Bagleer, I'd brawl with it. Bagleer, in my opinion, is not the strong brawler that it used to be. Like, I don't know, I mean, you can probably build it to be somewhat durable, but Teth is going to rip your Bagleer into pieces these days. A Teth with the new weapons is going to come in and just get you with this ring of fire, and you're dead, so... I like to hang back a lot with the Bagleer. I don't like to play it up close anymore. I like to have at least a 500 or 600 meter range, if not further. I guess you could, if you got the Bagleer set up with the teleport, I guess maybe you could escape if a Teth came in. I don't know. Normally I play it with the 20% more damage instead of the ability. I usually put that pilot skill on there. Unknown Ochikochi or a Cryptic Fenrir for brawling. Man, they're both very different types of brawlers. Fenrir is really designed to be a really hard to kill tank that moves slow. Ochikochi is made to be like a very mobile brawler that runs around the map and goes crazy. The Ochikochi is definitely more fun. but it's not exactly what I would say like a good robot for tanking on beacons, to where I think a Fenrir is a much better robot to set on a beacon and try to protect beacons. So I think it depends on what you're doing with it. I mean, me personally, I still love the Fenrir, and I really have fun with the Ochikochi, but when it comes to a full-blown brawler, Ochikochi's more fun, but the Fenrir is more like stand my ground and, you know, fight you at close range. So where the Ochikochi, you're going to be running around going crazy. It's hard to compare the two because they're both extremely good in their own way. But I think most people would probably have a lot more fun playing the Ochikochi than the Fenrir. Well, I think if you play the Fenrir well, it's going to be better for beacons. Hopefully that makes sense. Alright, yeah, I do turn into brawler mode with most robots for sure. That's the thing is I mainly play beacon games, and beacon games really go close range fighting is what you play for beacon games. I mean, that's how you grab beacons, you hold beacons, you win games with the brawlers. So 90% of my playing has always been brawling. Now, if somebody's playing team deathmatch all the time, they've probably got a very different play style than me, but those are the people who learn to camp and do nothing. Midnight says, this is an old video. Yeah, what's up there? That's some old school gameplay from many years ago. During the question and answers, I just throw some old school stuff up there. I was thinking about changing it just to like some sort of random moving picture and not gameplay. I don't know if people would like that or hate that, but that's something I was thinking about doing. Let me see something. Strange. No, I don't have any of those saved anymore. I was going to change it to something else for a second and be like, hey, what do you guys think about this? But I don't have it anymore. But I don't know. I mean, I always forget to change it out. People probably get bored watching the same old gameplay. Oh yeah, War Robots was very slow back in the day. I mean, back at this time, it wasn't as slow as it used to be. I mean, back when I first started playing, every single robot moved at the speed of Turtle. It all moved at the speed of Turtle, and my God, the game would end before you got halfway across the map. They were so slow. Kratos says, is there any better weapon than ice rockets rather than the ultimate to use on Ochikochi? Ultimate ice rockets are great, but I mean, on Ochikochi, I really like the blast shotguns, like the mace, hammer, cudgel weapons. Those are really good. I like, what else do I really like on there? Pretty much any of the close range brawling weapons are really good on there. Like the Kirin type of weapons can do pretty good if you don't mind the long reload. The healing weapons like the Athos can do pretty good if you don't mind. I mean, there's so many good weapons you can run on Ochikochi. I mean, of course, ultimate ice rockets are going to be your best bet in total. Those things are going to be, well, not your best bet. I mean, they're going to be brutal. You could run like ultimate shotguns. You could run ultimate ions. Let's go look through some weapons really quick. I'll tell you what I would like to play on the Ochi Kochi. Alright, so on the Ochi Kochi, the Ultimate Vortex would probably be good. The Ultimate Talumbas would be good. Ultimate Storms would be good. Ultimate Scourge would be good. Ultimate Havocs would be good. Scorchers would be pretty decent. Atomizers would be decent. Regular Cryos would be decent. Pulsars would be okay if you want to lock people down. Mace are really good in my opinion. I love the mace on there. The Scotties do really well on there. Ultimate Cryos, excellent. The arm weapons are excellent. The Lananis are pretty decent. The Mog ones are good if you don't mind the long reload. The Death Shirts are really good. The Parthos are pretty good. Ultimate Ions are good. Punishers, sort of maybe. They work on there. Dampers are pretty decent right now. Shatters aren't bad, but wouldn't be my first choice. Is there anything else? Ultimate Coronas would be excellent. I mean, if you got some old school Terrans, you don't have anything better, those will definitely do the job really well. I would assume Ultimate Orkans. I haven't played those in a long time though. So pretty much anything I mentioned there, those would be really good weapons for that. All of those would work really well on an Ochi Kochi. What is this thing doing here? Let me get my stuff. Thank you. I always forget to collect these on this Battle Wreck account. Oh no, it's got the thing where it's making you go through all the stuff again. I wish it would stop doing this, and then you can never get rid of the and then you can never get rid of all the little things that move around. Hey, for example, like the gold up here, 41.7 million on the Battle Wreck account. I almost guarantee, yeah, it's still going to be there. I can't get rid of that, so I'm stuck with that forever. Talumbas, Nightcrawler, you're talking about the ultimate ones? I think those came out just really recently, like not this update, but the one before. They're actually really strong and brutal weapons, to tell you the truth. They're actually super brutal. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me copy this. I don't like the camera with the square, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and paste this. All right, there we go. I like the circle better. I don't like the square for some reason. Circle looks better. Excellent, says Brutality. Daniel Sykes says Hornets need a reload, but you know, the Hornets are pretty cool, but yeah, they got a really long reload. A lot of people don't like them, but they do pretty good DOT damage. Will the Fainters get a buff? Midnight, I'm pretty sure they recently got a buff, but in my opinion, they're still... The reload's too long for the as fast as they run out of ammo, they don't reload fast enough to make up for that, in my opinion. I would love to see those get a buff again because they need to shoot for a much longer period of time and possibly a shorter reload. But the amount of damage they do is good until you run out of ammo and then you're like, crap, I'm waiting forever. But even if you let them reload halfway and then you fire, it's like, bop, 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 and then they're out of ammo again. You're like, crap, that was it? But they're pretty terrible weapons right now, in my opinion. I played those a couple of months ago and I was really like disgusted by them. That would be sweet if they got a buff though. Nightcrawler says strong Tulumbas. Okay, Danny. Have you not seen the ultimate Tulumbas take out a Titan in a split second? They will eat Titans, they will eat Teth, they will eat everything instantly, pretty much. Flabhead says newer with Hussars or Hazards. Okay. For some weird reason, I like the Hussars on the Nuo. They're very hard to aim, but they seem to do, once you got the Nuo charged up, doing all that extra damage, those things really seem to beat some people up when I played it. I don't know why, but when I played the Hazards on the Nuo, for some reason it didn't feel like it was doing the amount of damage it should have. It was almost like those weapons weren't, almost like it wasn't working properly with those weapons on it. So I would go with the other ones, but I would go with the Hussars. I mean, the Tulumbas, not the Tulumbas, the, gosh darn it, I'm having a brain fart over here, guys. I'm having a brain fart. What was it? The Hazards. Technically, that third shot should be doing big, giant, huge damage, but it doesn't feel like it is. I don't think they're charging up properly on that robot. I think there may be a bug with those weapons not getting the extra damage when they're on that robot. I could be wrong though, but that's what it felt like to me. Hey Zishan. Unfortunately, some of you guys are coming in now. It's pretty much the end of our stream. Our stream time is about up. After this, I gotta do a few things, and then I need to get. Oh my god! Then I need to spend some time recording footage for tomorrow's video. So probably the next 2 hours I'll be recording for tomorrow's video. Maybe hour from lucky. It just depends on how good or bad my teams are. Sometimes it takes forever to record a freaking game because you have teams that are so bad you just instantly get walked all over. But what I notice is you really depend on your teammates to like how good or bad the games are. Depends on how good and bad your teammates are too. Unless you're hacking, and then you can just carry the entire team by yourself. But like if you drop in and your team is horrible, the game's over in like 2 minutes no matter what you do, you know what I mean? Games like that, man. Zishan, sorry, but I was working. Well, that's alright, my man. No, you don't need to apologize. Alright, where am I at on the chat here? Any surprise giveaways? Not right now, but my next giveaway will probably be starting next week, I'm thinking. Either this week or next week. I should have a giveaway ready to go here and pretty soon. I think I'm going to have some of the new Titans, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have some of the new Titans and something else. I don't know what the other thing is yet, but I believe I'm going to have 100 Atlases and maybe 100 weapons of some sort to give out. I got to find out what the second part's going to be, but yeah, the new giveaway will be starting very soon. Nightcrawler hates spell check. Me too. Alright. Nightcrawler, yeah, the reload on the Hazard is way better than the reload on the Hussar, so there's definitely advantages and disadvantages to both of those weapons. Alright, Aaron's going to put a gas on the Nuo. I don't like the gas things, unfortunately. Smythe says, nice, can't wait. Alright, I see Duke is posting their ID for some reason. Not sure why, but hello, hello. Alright, so if you got any last minute questions, get them in there really quick because our stream time is just about over for the day, everybody. Oh, what just happened here? Oh, I see what happened. Let me put that where it belongs and put the ending screen up. Oh, he wants to join my squad back in 2019. Yeah, during the question and answer streams, I'm not actually playing the game. So I got to focus on trying to read and answer stuff. Midnight sold the gas units. Yeah, you know, I don't blame you, honestly. Flabab says, gas is not worth the sacrifice. I would agree with that, honestly. I don't like it. When's my next stream? Alright, so I'll be back on Thursday for some time drop streams, and then Saturday I'll be back for a regular gameplay stream. Is the Lynx good in Champion League? Yeah, it definitely can be. Lynx is a lot of fun to play. I mean, it's not super easy, but Lynx is really annoying and really fun. So once you time the abilities properly on the Lynx, it can really annoy some people. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's a very nice robot still. I really enjoy playing it. I usually do well with it. I get some kills. It's got the executioner built in, so if you want to try and look for targets who are low on health, and that way you can use the executioner skill to get rid of them. All right. Midnight. Midnight says, "Less squad, Dan. I want to see how many Teth holds up." Midnight, next time I see you online, maybe I'll send you an invite to play. I don't know, every time I've ever tried to send you an invite, I'm guessing you've either been in-game or maybe weren't actually online. But I've sent you quite a few invites every once in a while. And unfortunately, I don't think you ever picked up. But sometimes that little thing says somebody's online when they're not, so that could be part of it as well. I don't know what time you're normally on and playing, but you know, later tonight when I'm on, maybe I'll see if I can send you an invite, and maybe we'll play a couple of games if you're around. So I'm usually playing. I'm usually on my account playing between sometime between 6 and 7 p.m. Eastern time. I normally get on to play my account for a couple of hours every night. I don't know if you're normally around that time. All right, guys and girls, I think that's going to be it for the day. I was just going to say something, but I totally forgot what it was. I just don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. It must not have been that important, but thank you for coming out to my stream. Thank you. I think I'm going to be doing a video where I'm testing out the acid weapons. Like, you know, the old school acid weapons. I've been having a lot of people ask recently if those weapons are any good. So we're going to find out. I'm going to put them on some durable bots. I'm going to throw a set of those on a Teth. I'm going to throw a set of those on a Fenrir, and maybe a set of those on something else, and get some game footage of those old weapons just to see if we can make them good or if they're worthwhile. I'm pretty sure they're going to suck, guys, but I don't see them doing very well, but I could be wrong. I mean, after they just kind of rebalanced everything is really balanced compared to what it used to be. So maybe, just maybe, they'll do okay. We'll find out. Yeah, the weapons like the Bane. The old school DOT acid green toilet water sprayers. The green toilet water sprayers, guys and gals. Those things were brutal back in the day, but last time I played them, they were doing horribly bad. So we're going to find out if they're still really bad or not. Midnight says, first time this ever happened. What happened, Midnight? I'm confused. Walter, have a great day, buddy. I don't know. Well, I'm not confused. I just don't know what you're talking about, but first time something happened. Basilisk will be interesting. What is a basilisk? Basilisk. I can't even think of what that is right now. Basilisk. If I remember correctly, those are terrible little weapons. Basilisk. Pixonic taking back a bot. You know, I don't think that happened intentionally to you. I'm guessing that was some sort of game glitch. I don't think they really took it back. I have a feeling their game messed up, which sucks, because they normally don't take stuff back from people. I mean, unless you did something you weren't supposed to get it, I really don't think Pixonic would take a robot back from you intentionally. My guess is it's a freaking game glitch that messed you up is what happened. That's what I think. Ew, the sneeze guns. I've never heard it called that, but man, I'm sorry you never got your robot back. I would keep bugging the support people. I wouldn't let that go. I would be up their butts about it. Oh, they did send it to you. They finally sent you the robot? Good. Hopefully I'm understanding that correctly. Maybe I'm not understanding that correctly. Oh, they didn't send it to you. I don't know what happened, my man, but I guess I don't really understand the full story of what happened. I know you somehow got a steel Teth and then you lost it. It disappeared, but that's all I know, I guess. Sometimes crap happens, unfortunately. Unless they accidentally gave them out or something and then took them away. Which, honestly, if that happens, they should just leave it. I think they should just eat the mistake and let the players have it. But that's my opinion. I feel like if a company messes up, sometimes they should just say, okay, we messed up. It is what it is. Move on, but oh, so okay, so the support people can't see that you ever had it. Well, crap. If they can't see that you had it, if it doesn't show up that you actually had it, they're not legally allowed to send you a new one, or maybe not legally, but they're not allowed to send you something unless they can see that it used to be there and that it actually disappeared. So if the game glitched out to the point where it erased it to the point where it never showed up being on your account in the first place, then yeah, unfortunately, I don't think you're ever going to get it back. But I would still bug them more. I would still bug them and be like, hey, look, where's my stuff? Do you happen to have a screenshot of it or anything? Maybe you could do that. Oh, Ricky, yeah, the basilisk. I hate those weapons. Every time I shoot those, they miss the target because I'm lagging and then I'm out of ammo. Yeah, I can't stand those weapons. Hate them. Hate them. Excellent. So but it's weird. All right, so excellent. If something disappears from my account, I also have to contact game support, because game support are the people who have the ability to look into your account and send you things. So my Pixonic contact, I guess they don't have that ability, unfortunately. So it's the same thing for me. When stuff disappeared from my account, I had to contact game support to try and get it back. And once or twice they sent it back, a couple times, never got it back. So I've been in the same boat myself, and I also have to deal with game support. So I don't get any like super special treatment when stuff like that happens. My account gets treated just like everybody else's when that kind of thing happens. So it does suck when it happens. I will say though, once I lost a bunch of what was it? A bunch of modules or something. Whatever we used to put on our drones that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, modules. Microchips. I lost a bunch of... I don't remember... okay, I'm having a big brain fart. Once I lost a whole bunch of something, and it disappeared from my account, right? I finally got support to send it to me, and then like 4 or 5 months later, the missing items came back. And then I had the stuff they sent me, plus the missing items came back on top of it. But yeah, it took months. Like, those things disappeared from my account for months, then one day they just like magically reappeared. So there is a very small chance that that could possibly happen, but I probably wouldn't count on it. Dr. Floyd, catch you later, buddy. But it is a very small possibility, because that did happen to me. So don't count on it, but be hopeful, you know. All right, everybody. I just want to say thanks for coming out. Unfortunately, I got to get going here. I got to get working on some other stuff. So our stream time is up for the day. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for watching my live streams. Thank you for hanging out with me and supporting the channel and all that good stuff. You guys and girls are amazing. I really do appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be back on Thursday and Saturday for some more live streams. Hope to see you guys there. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will catch you next time. Lightning out. Thanks again, you guys and girls. My God, when I try and talk fast, it doesn't work. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye. See you guys later. I messed up the ending as always. I suck at endings.